Hello everyone, my name is Adu and this is Ready Go Expat. Every time I make videos about popular expat destinations or popular digital nomad destinations, the Czech Republic is always among the top 10. So in today's video, I decided to invite my friend Zuzana, who has been living in the Czech Republic, very close to Prague, for the last 3 years, and she's gonna talk about the pros and cons of living in the Czech Republic. Ready? Go.
Basically, we understand each other. However, I have to say that, for example, some people that I met told me that they didn't understand like some of the things I said. So, for example, especially like younger generation, they have a problem understanding if you speak like too fast, but only sometimes, only some people. I don't know why, but basically, and some words are different too. So this might be a problem. So basically, when I speak with somebody here, and I know that I'm about to use a word that is not the same with Czech, I just use the Czech word instead, just to avoid the trouble of explaining what I mean. So
But
sometimes it is like that, yeah.
that's interesting. But when you start speaking, do they know immediately that you were not born there?
Yeah, of course. It sounds different. Like the accent is different, pronunciation is different. Yeah, but we share the same, like we share a lot of words, but we pronounce them in a different way sometimes. So that's why.
Okay, and what about you mentioned you were 20 minutes from Prague, and the school where you work, is it in Prague?
No, it's in Kladno. So I work for one school in Kladno, and plus we organize our own English courses, but it's all in Kladno.
All right. So what about the people there? Like, are there many foreigners living there? And what about the locals? Can they speak English as well?
Well, if you go to Prague, then there are quite a lot of like international people living there, or like, going there for a holiday and such. So people are used to like communicating in English and so on. That's for sure. I'm not sure, like if you, I don't know, like if you are an expat living here and you want to go to some office, let's say, to sort something out, I'm not sure if they could communicate with you, but I hope that there is at least a person who can speak English at some level. So I would say in Prague, it's not a problem. Probably if you just speak English, it's okay. But if you go to a smaller city, it might be problematic for you to kind of like get around, I would say. In Kladno, though, I think that many people speak English because they work in Prague most of the time. So they just come here to sleep basically, and then they go to Prague to work. So I think here it's okay, even like, so Prague and around Prague is fine. Maybe there is another city called Brno, which is in the south of the Czech Republic, which is also quite big. So I think that's more international too. But other than that, yeah, you might be in trouble.
So can you talk about the Czech Republic as a whole, but mostly, of course, where you are, or Prague? What are the pros and cons of living there? And just before before you answer, I'm saying this because I've been doing like a lot of research about like places where foreigners go, expats, digital nomads, and Prague, the Czech Republic, is always on the top 10 list. So I want you to tell me, like, for someone who's thinking about moving to the Czech Republic, what do you think are the pros and cons of living there?
So I would say it's probably not very expensive to live there, like compared to other European cities, and you can like get to, let's say, Berlin in 5 hours by train, or you can get to Vienna, or you can basically, there are international flights basically everywhere from Prague. So I think this can be kind of crucial for someone like considering living in Europe. Then maybe Prague might be a good option. But I would say, yeah, Prague, as it's the capital, so there is everything you need basically. So there is like a lot of culture, there are places to go, like you can speak the language, right? Like a lot of people speak English, so there are definitely like expat communities that you can join. There is a lot of going on, of course not now, but like normally there is. So I think this is definitely like a big advantage, I would say. But also, like, I have heard many people saying, yeah, that like Czech Republic is so cheap, like a lot of foreigners saying that beer is cheaper than water, which can be good too.
Wow, that's good.
Yeah. So if you like beer, it's definitely the country to go.
Yes.
Yeah, so I think this is definitely the best. And it's close to like other big cities and other countries. So Germany is really close, Poland is close, Austria as well. So you can get like everywhere, even by car if you have a car. I would say it's not so far to drive. So that's definitely good.
And what would you say are like the cons of living there as a foreigner, for example?
Living in Prague.
Yeah.
Yeah. A lot of Czechs would say that, yeah, living in Prague as opposed to foreigners, they would say that it's more expensive. Because, for example, even if you just live where we live, which is like a 20-minute drive from Prague, it's already cheaper. Like it's still quite expensive compared to the rest of the Czech Republic, but it's already cheaper, you know, than living in Prague. So actually a lot of people are saying that the city center of Prague is as if like more and more abandoned in a way. So there used to be a lot of Airbnbs, right? But then the pandemic came and now like a lot of the apartments are empty. So people are saying that, yeah, a lot of, I think we talked about it actually together. Yes. So a lot of like more and more people are kind of like getting out of the city. So even a lot of people from Prague are considering living, for example, in Kladno, like in the city where I live, or in the countryside somewhere near Prague, because it's getting really more expensive. And I would also say that a con might be, but I guess it's like in every capital, like pollution. So sometimes it can get really polluted, I would say. And if it's a tourist season, if it's like in the summer, let's say, and you live in the city center of Prague, that might be also a little annoying with all the tourists, you know, like constantly going around. But that's not an issue now anymore.
Yes.
But normally it would be. Yeah, so a lot of people complain about that, that even if they live in the city center, it's like very noisy and da-da-da. But, you know, I think it's everywhere in every capital.
I think so. And it's basically like traveling to Europe in the summer and then in other months. Because summer there is the bridge there. Charles
Bridge, not Charles Bridge.
Yeah, that bridge. Like I could barely walk there because there were so many people. In the square where they have the church that they say it's like the Harry Potter church with the clock.
Oh yeah, Harry Potter church. I've never heard that. Okay.
That's what it said on my guide, I think. It's like, it's like the Harry Potter church, but there is the clock there that everybody waits to see. Yeah. It was so full of people, but then again, it was summer. Same thing in Rome, same thing in Lisbon, London. Yeah.